Just by not a coincidence, I was led to this page 110. The last one, and then this one. Risen Christ, risen Christ, hail to thee, triumphant. Thou hast broken death's chains, vanquishing sin. Mortal flesh thou hast crowned with immortal glory. The Roman soldiers fled in terror. The Jews wailed, their schemes defeated. Jerusalem woke to God's mighty work of power. The scattered disciples, depressed, saddened, were gathered together again, to have their faith rekindled, their vision cleared, to receive their mission to be made heralds of thy undying reign. Risen Christ, thee we proclaim. To thy side we rally from the ends of the earth. Thy victory is ours. The head is risen and lives eternally. Risen Christ, thee we proclaim. To thy side we rally from the ends of the earth. Thy victory is ours. The head is risen and lives eternally. The members shall not perish. Death's hand shall not pluck us off from thee. Dying we shall find thee, made more closely like thee, vanquishers of death. Dying we shall find thee, made more closely like thee, vanquishers of death. In mortal flesh we carry an undying hope. Risen Christ, thine we are. Thy tomb, with its seals broken, is to us a remembrance of our past, which we have left behind. With thee we are risen to a new life, triumphant over sin, radiant with thy glory. Grant us thus ever to live, till life be swallowed in eternity, and we are gathered to thee in heaven, sharers of thy crown. Meditation 110, Risen Christ, MP. I was going to go to 108, but 110 come up first. Palm Sunday. Let's go there. Behold, he comes. Jerusalem's gay streets are carpeted with cloaks drawn off men's shoulders. Children have gathered from far and near. A forest of palms is waving and swelling in welcome to the promised one, the King. Songs of Hosanna rend the air. From David's royal lineage is new risen a king and leader. The longing of the ages, the joy and crown of Israel, Redeemer. Ooh, wait. Hello, wait. There's a few of them getting around at the moment. Hey, Ant. Want to come back up here? Alright, where are you going? Go, go, go. Oh, that was an ant. Anyway, where were we up to? Be like the ant, he says. I'm not going to let the ant bother me. Where were we up to? But he was a bull ant. That's an Australian bull ant. Behold, he comes. Let me come back. Behold, he comes. Yet, what strange contrast. No, let's go back. From David's royal lineage is new risen a king and leader. The longing of the ages, the joy and crown of Israel, Redeemer, Liberator, Ransom. Behold, he comes, yet what strange contrast. A donkey for our royal mount, children for noble guards of escort. The priest of the temple and harsh guardians of the law, they stand afar, sullen witnesses of scenes they cannot prevent. Behold, he comes, but 5 days hence he will come again, derided and spat upon, covered with stripes, laden with the cross, with a jeering crowd thirsting for his blood. The welcome in triumph is a sad, get off, prelude to our rejection in shame. Now that doesn't make sense, does it? Hold on, I gotta get rid of this ant now. You want to go back outside? I'll take you out. There's nothing in here for you. Come on, let's go. Come, I won't hurt you. Let's go. Okay, I've got the ant. Oh my gosh, it's dark over here. On the table or something. Get off then. Over there, over there. I'm sure I might feel in late. Oh shit, I didn't make that thing. Oh my gosh. That didn't make sense, did it? Let me go. Behold, he comes, yet what strange contrast, a donkey for a royal mount, children for noble guards of escort, the priests of the temple, and harsh guardians of the law, they stand afar, sullen witnesses of scenes they cannot prevent. Behold, he comes, but 5 days hence he will come again, derided and spat upon, covered with stripes, laden with a cross, with a jeering crowd thirsting for his blood. Thus, the welcome in triumph is a sad prelude to a rejection in shame. So one moment they were all happy, and he came into the city on a donkey. They were putting their clothes down for him as a carpet, cloaks, in one moment, and then Palm Sunday, 108. Lord Jesus, there is no shame anymore in your name anymore, Jesus. There is no shame in your name. From David's royal lineage is new risen a king and leader. They knew, didn't they? They herald his arriving. Evil, wicked, homeward and heaven bound. The harvester walks beside the creaking cart. Sheaves of golden wheat are piled high and fastened fast. He sings in his heart as homeward bound he treads. Want shall not darken his cottage door for many a coming month. The vintage is over, and baskets in rows are filled with luscious grapes. The gleaner places them on the wagon and daily drives homeward with a hymn of joy to the purple cup of health-giving drink. The people with their priest assemble at God's altar. They too are homeward bound, heavenward. Bread from the wheat and wine from the grapes are their offering to God. They present their work and with it themselves in sacrificial gift. God accepts the gifts and changes them to his own being. He gives it back to them to sate their hunger and thirst, to strengthen them on their homeward, heavenward road. 109. Meditation. I'm going to just put my finger right here. Let's go. It's a long one. I'm not going to go this one. But it's the love of Christ. Okay, let's go there. Let's do it. Okay, the love of Christ. I measured, weighed, compared things created of every kind, to know the uncreated love of the heart of Christ. I descended into the great shaft of the mine, saw wide caverns in the dim light, weighed the heaps of gold, delving skill had peeled from the rocks. Thought of the richer treasures man's industry will never reach. All that is dross, vile refuse heaped beside the love of Christ. I stood upon the lips of the yawning volcano's mouth, looked into the deep, dark, silent abyss. A year back, a burning river of sulphur had flowed out of that stillness. Even now, though unseen, great masses boil and heave and seethe at its depth. All their power of burning and consuming is icy cold beside the fire of the love of Christ. I sailed upon the wide seas in a mighty ship. In audacious thought I measured the stretch and depth of the waters, sounded the unfathomed caves, coursed the uncharted routes. I saw it giving itself up for the life-restoring rain of the parched earth, and sustaining all manner of life in its bosom. All its immense expanse is tiny beside the generosity and mercy and pity of the love of Christ. I jumped into space and wandered with the speed of thought among the stars. I saw the myriad stars moving in perfect harmony. I saw the burning globes, whose names human speech has yet to learn. I thought of stars whose light is yet on the way to our earth. Farther, I ventured, I saw the island universes, thousands evolving according to the same perfect law. All their power and beauty and immensity is slight beside the enrapturing, unmeasured love of the heart of Christ. Wow, so this is the man that went to measure the spectrophotometry of the sun. So in reading this meditation, he seems they've done many things. Here is an account of this. This is not just a book. This is a book that is signed by a NASA scientist himself. 1968 Galileo expedition. So I want to next go to, let's go to here, candle flame. Let's go. Candle flame, and it's 26. That's fitting for 2026. About to come, yeah. Candle flame. This trembling candle flame will be my last gift to thee, O Lord of life, eternal, unwavering source of light. When with straggling feet I started my long journeying, you lent it to me and lighted it from your living torch. Its flame grew steadily, fed by desires that melted into warm air. The wax drooped by its side like the tears of a weeping child. There were other lights besides mine, stronger, steadier. They went their different ways. I heeded them not, nor envied them, but mine alone was a guide to my foot. In days of weary loneliness, in hours of doubt and fear, its gentle touch pierced the blankets of darkness, that phantom-like fluttered around me, obstructing each forward step. Its feeble glow showed me the narrow, upward, stony, zigzag path that skirted the chasms and led up to the mountain top beyond the night. When the angry storm howled through the trees, when the heavy cloud swept away all heaven's lights, my little lamp rose and fell heavily, like the breath of a dying man. Though frightened, it still kept on, shielded by the palm of my hand. That's nice, isn't it? When the angry storm howled through the trees, when the heavy cloud swept away all heaven's lights, my little lamp rose and fell heavily like the breath of a dying man. Though frightened, it still kept on, shielded by the palm of my hand. Wow. And at that hour, when all storms will have passed away, when nature shall be hushed in prayer, and day shall absorb the night, then will I place this candle at thy feet. Its mission will then be over. All its wax will be melted in teardrops, and its flame will grow to a brilliance, the brilliance of thy eternal day. That's a beautiful one too, isn't it? Oh my gosh. I'm going to keep reading. I love it. In God's company. Well, there you go. I'm doing this one too. I'm going to read this too, Lord. It's nearly close to midnight here in Australia. That's fine with me. It's 1 minute past. Fair enough. In God's company. In the twilight of life's dawn, you were beside me, King of my being. When existence pulsed within me, the longings infinite but unconscious. When the tiny frame, the feeble muscles strained for the wide unknowns of growth, you were beside me, though I knew you not, nor thanked you. Guardian of my future, light of my waking vision, song of my rocking cradle, sweetness of my secure sleep. And when, like the sun parting the scarlet curtains of the eastern skies, reason's glowing orb rose within me. Reason's glowing orb rose within me, when darkness was chased away by the spreading light of knowledge. When feeling and love and joy warmed my throbbing heart, again your presence was near me, and my childhood's lisping prayer was raised to you, guide of my winding path, moulder of my conscience, teacher of my searching thoughts. Through life's waxing and waning, in the morning of youth, when I am led forward on the wings of hope, at midday, when wide horizons open, when the labour and the heasts fall to my lot, my life's decline, when the shadows lengthen, when weary I lean against my staff, thou still continue by my side, never parting company, ever ready to aid, comfort in all sorrow, strength in all trials, goal of all my endeavour. And at last, in the dusk and sunset of life, when all light shall fade, when my eyes shall close in the sleep eternal, may you still be beside me, and may my sleep be the waking to your unending day. 78. In God's company. That's where Matthew THEKAEKARA is now. In God's company. I'm trying to find one in here that I've read that has a place name that I haven't heard before. So that is a goal, actually, to find somewhere that's mentioned by name. What's this one? To labour ever. To be thy servant thou hast chosen me. Blessed, to be thy servant thou hast chosen me. Blessed be this hour and thy gracious call. New courage rises in my breast, and the one wish that forms in my heart is that never may my efforts cease. To labour and not to seek for rest be my law of life. When springtime comes and the tender plants put forth their first leaves, let me not stop to handle and caress them. To other fields I must go. When flowers brighten all the land, the air with perfume is filled, and for the honey-eyed treasure haunt the swarms of bees. Let me not lie beside the hedge to drink. Let me not lie beside the hedge to drink in the scent or idly to dream. The petals must fade and fall like mists. The perfume will vanish in the thin air. Give other tasks to fill my days. To newer strife may my thoughts extend. If fruits succeed where flowers die, not even then shall my work be achieved. Each fruit conceals a seed within, a seed which, falling to the earth, must die, to be the bearer of a younger life. Forever to live, to strive, to grow, to cast behind all boastful thoughts of gathered fruits and flowers culled, to spurn the leisured ease of idle hours, the drowsy measuring of tasks achieved, to reach ever forward with unceasing thirst, to newer tasks, and thus to triumph's crown. May this be the haunting vision of my life. To labour forever. Matthew THEKAEKARA, he had some things on his mind, didn't he? Triumph's crown. I don't think he's stopped. There's quite a story about this man. What's here? To St. Peter. And then we have the candles of Christmas. There was another one actually I wanted to go and read. Let's go to co-redeemers. It's not that one. It's not that one. This one, Simon of Cyrene. Thus spoke the aged man to children gathered round his knees. Nay, children, I asked not to help him with the cross, nor cared I aught for him. He was but another criminal, thought I, whom the Romans killed to show their power. Though my heart was smitten with pity, so weak he looked, so roughly used. Sirrah, they said, take the end that trails behind. I refused, but the Romans' word was law. I was but a subject Jew. I moaned my bitter fate, to be yoked to a task so low, so mean. I feared the scorn of friends, the jeer of the rabble, the loss of half a day's work. But there was no escaping, so I helped him with the cross. But soon my heart's rebellion ceased. I was happy and proud, I knew not why. I felt he was no criminal, but somebody greater than Rome's great emperor. He said no word, but turned and looked at me. Such a look, deep and meaningful, as I shall not forget all my life. He fell often, and I helped him to his feet. His touch thrilled my veins. It was the happiest day of all my life. On Calvary's top, they nailed him to the cross. I was loath to leave and go my way, for so great a favour he had done to me. Simon of Cyrene.